In all honesty, you could argue that DS games like Sonic Colors or even Sonic Generations are worthy of being the best DS Sonic games. But you'd be wrong, because Sonic Rush is the best Sonic DS game in the world, and I'm here to tell you what exactly I enjoyed about it the most. Sonic Rush did it first. Sonic Rush is the best. I don't make the rules, I just abuse them. I don't make the rules, I just abuse them. In my last video on Bob Rush Cyberpunk, I mentioned Sonic Rush and Hideki Naganuma, and a lot of the Sonic Rush community came out of the woodworks to show some support and some love for Sonic Rush in the comment section. So this video is dedicated to y'all and to Sonic Rush. Me, myself, being a big Sonic Rush fan, I played all the Rush games, including Colors, even though it's not in the title. I played them all, and I still think that Sonic Rush is the best. And I'm here to tell y'all about it, you know what I'm saying? Alright, before we get into the topic of this video though, I would like to talk about what happened last video. About 7 days ago, I uploaded my Bomb Rush Cyberpunk video, and that video did numbers. And it's all thanks to the people who are fans of the game, who enjoyed me talking about the game and shared the passion about the game coming out in Jet Set Radio and all that stuff. Y'all showed like a ridiculous amount of support, man. I've never seen those type of numbers on my channel before. I'm not a numbers guy, but whenever you usually see 100 something views on something, and then that 100 something views goes to 26,000 in a week, you can't not look at that. That's crazy. Y'all literally did more than triple my subscriber count whenever I first, like, before I ever uploaded that video. I was like 153 or something like that. Dude, I'm about to hit 600. 600 of y'all, and I appreciate every one of y'all, bro. I tried to go through so many comments. I tried to go through as many comments as I could, man. I tried hearting comments, responding. Some of them I couldn't even respond to because I was busy at the time, but so many comments just supporting the channel, supporting me, and being hype and discussing the game. Like, bro, I can't say thank y'all enough. To start off this video, I'll give a little info on the game's history first. I mean, this game came out in 2005. I kind of need to catch some people up on it because they missed out. They missed out big time. Sonic Rush was released on November 15th of 2005. The game was developed, of course, by Sonic Team and the Japanese developing team, Dimps. Dimps has made many popular games, but just to name a few, they did the entire Tenkaichi Budokai series for Dragon Ball. They did Street Fighter 4, and they did the Sonic Adventure series. So Sonic Rush is in some good hands, man. It was in real good hands. They also did Sonic Colors in the future, but yeah, that's more or less here there. The music also, as I mentioned in my last video, was produced by the funky uncle himself, Hideki Naganuma. That man is Midas touch on them keys, bro. But sadly, this was the last Sonic game that he worked on with Sega. 2005 was the last time that Hideki had his music put on the Sonic game. We need him back. We need him back. The contributions this game brought to the series was the incorporation of the boost mechanics. The reason Sonic even has boost now is because they put boost in the game back in 2005, and the welcoming of a new character to the series who we see even more of in the future games. Now to get into the fun part, the reasons why I like this game so much, and we're gonna start with the stages. I'm gonna break this down into 3 parts, right? So we're gonna have the stages to begin with. My top 3 stages I would want to say are Water Palace, Altitude Limit, and Huge Crisis. I would say Huge Crisis is my favorite because it feels like it's the most momentum based one. Although, you know, a Green Leaf Storm or Leaf Storm has a lot of momentum in the first act and stuff, you don't have to stop moving. I would say this one's a lot more enjoyable. And you get to cross huge gaps, like gigantic gaps, with just your boost. Or like with the little tray thing. You can jump that without using a tray, by the way. You don't have to get in that tray thing. You just boost across it. You just got to know when to do it. Yeah, I say Altitude Limit is my second favorite because whenever you go into the air, all platforms are gone. All you see is clouds in the background. You just get that beautiful contrast of digital clouds against blue and the Sonic in the foreground. And you don't know where you're gonna land until you land there. You don't know what to do until you get there. If you're familiar with the stage after you played through it a couple times, that's one thing. But when you first play the stage, it is a thrill. You don't know. Yeah, it's a Sonic game. You don't want to slow down. You don't want to stop for nothing. You trying to fly through there. And when you flying through there, you really flying through there, bro. You're up there. Water Palace is my third favorite because it's the only stage that allows you to skip certain sections of the entire level by running on water. There's not a lot of water in this game except for Water Palace, so it's the only stage that allows you to do something like that, where you can purposely skip parts of the stage by running on water. Now, something that all of these stages have in common is that all the music in them are AA. Absolutely amazing.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Which brings me to the next topic, the music. The music aspect of Sonic Rush is probably what draws me in the most. Without the music in this game would not be as cohesive as it was, and I would probably rank it right under Sonic Colors. Sonic Colors has some really good music as well. My top 5 Sonic Rush songs, I would say, are JJ Rocket, Get Edgy, Metal Scratchin', Bomber Bara Bara, and Wrapped in Black, with honorable mention Anxiety. The music I usually listen to is pretty heavy, and all of these songs have that in common. Not only that, majority of these songs have a breakbeat to them, excluding JJ Rocket. As a drummer, I love breakbeats. I love breakbeats. Even if I can't play them, I love me some breakbeats. Hideki put a little bit of, a little bit of in that shit, you know what I'm saying? He put a little bit of in that shit. Nah, man, Hideki put his fucking toe in this OST, bro. Freaking Wrapped in Black samples Malcolm X in his speech, Message to the Grassroots. What ties some of these songs together, though, is the moments that these songs come into play, though. Metal Scratcher and Bomber Bara Bara and Wrapped in Black are all boss songs. They all come up whenever you are challenged by an unruly, unwithering Egger. And that leads into my third topic, my favorite moments in this game. Metal Scratchin' plays during the stage bosses. Bomber Bara Bara plays when you are fighting the story's final boss. And Wrapped in Black plays whenever you're fighting the final boss in the extra zone. And all of those moments are what made the story what it is as a whole. From the moment Sonic approached the unknown Emerald only to encounter Blaze the cat through a pillar of fire, to the moment Sonic and Blaze blast their way through the chest of Eggman and Eggman Nega's creations. The music with these moments stained my young mind pause and left a mark on my subconscious, especially the eerie scene that you get at the beginning of the extra zone. The extra zone is the zone you unlock after completing both stories of Sonic and Blaze and defeating the corresponding Eggmans. As the credits roll, you can go back to character select, pick the extra zone, and you are greeted with Blaze lost in a rolling storm while the song Anxiety plays in the background. Not too long after, a dark shark robot looking thing, I don't know what it was supposed to be, but it was creepy looking because it's like a silhouette, just slides into the screen, confronts Blaze, drops her, and dips, bro. Right after, Sonic shows up, and through the power of friendship and the emeralds, we get our first look at Super Sonic and Burning Blaze. Well, I don't know why, but like when I first saw it, I was like, this ain't it. I was like, this ain't it. But as I got older, I was like, okay, hold on now. Together, they enter the space-time continuum tear, and Wrapped in Black plays as you make your last stand against the Eggers. It's moments like that that made this game the best Sonic DS game, in my opinion. But let me know what you feel, what you think in the comments. I gotta be still, bro. I ate 4 or 5 cinnamon rolls before I did this recording session, bro. And let me know what you think in the comments. This is still the best Sonic Rush game in my opinion, but